There's something about the woods at night. That ancient silence between the trees. It either calms your soul, or lets you hear what shouldn't be heard. Tonight, I'll tell you a story sent in by a man named Aaron. He worked as a caretaker at a remote mountain lodge in Colorado. And what happened to him one winter night still keeps some guests from ever staying in cabin 6. Aaron never believed in ghost stories. He'd worked at Pine Ridge Lodge for over 7 years. Through snowstorms, blizzards, animal scares, he'd seen it all. But nothing ever really frightened him. Until December 2022. Cabin 6 had been empty for weeks. No guests. No maintenance orders. Yet every night, at exactly 2:00 a.m., the light in the front window would turn on. At first, Aaron thought it was a timer glitch. But it happened again. And again. So one night, bundled in his coat, he walked through the snow to check it out. The trail was dead silent. The kind of silence that doesn't feel peaceful. It feels like the forest is holding its breath. He reached cabin 6. The porch light blinked on, motion sensor, nothing strange. But inside, a radio was playing. That was strange. He hadn't left a radio there. And what was playing was an old, slow version of "You Are My Sunshine." The kind of version that sounds like it's coming from a warped vinyl record. He opened the door. The cabin was warm. Way too warm for a place without power for 3 weeks. The kitchen light flickered, then stayed on. The couch cushions were sunken. Like someone had just been sitting there. He unplugged the radio. Turned off the lights. Locked up. And walked back through the snow, heart pounding. The next night, the light came on again. So did the music. This time, the radio was louder. He entered slowly. And saw wet footprints on the floor. Bare feet. Leading from the bathroom to the front door. He checked the snow outside. No tracks. Nothing leading in or out. Now he was scared. Night 3, he brought a motion camera. Installed it above the porch. Just to prove this was a glitch. Or a prank. The next morning, he checked the footage. 2:03 a.m., the porch light turns on. 2:04 a.m., the front door slowly opens. And something steps out. Then, the screen cuts to static. When it returns, the camera is on the ground. Facing the woods. Whatever came out. Ripped the camera off the wall. Aaron quit the next day. Cabin 6 is still listed for rent on the lodge's website. Still standing deep in the Colorado woods. But only one person has stayed there since. They checked in. But never checked out. Every year, around December, the lights in cabin 6 come back on. And from deep in the trees, someone still plays that same broken song. Have you ever stared into a mirror and felt like something was staring back? Not your reflection. Not you. Something watching. Tonight's story comes from a college student named Maya, who moved into a small off-campus apartment last spring. She didn't believe in superstitions. Until one night, she looked into her bathroom mirror. Just after 3 a.m. Maya's apartment was old. Built in the 1960s. Creaky floors. Flickering lights. But the rent was cheap. And she liked her privacy. One thing she noticed right away. The bathroom mirror was strange. Tall. Wide. and it didn't seem normal. Sometimes, when she brushed her teeth, she thought she saw someone standing behind her in the reflection. She'd turn around. Nothing. She blamed it on stress, exams, lack of sleep. But then came the whispers. Every night, around 3 a.m., she'd hear faint voices coming from the bathroom. Too quiet to understand, too loud to ignore. One night, she stayed up. She waited until 3 o'clock. The air felt heavy. She walked into the bathroom, stood in front of the mirror, and said jokingly, "If something's in there, show me." Her reflection didn't move. Her real body did. She gasped, because in the mirror, she was still standing still. No blinking. No breathing. Just staring at her with wide, cold eyes. And then it smiled. Maya didn't. She screamed and flipped the bathroom light off. When she turned it back on, the reflection was gone. But something was written in the fog on the glass. "We see you too." She tried to leave. The front door wouldn't open. Not locked. Just stuck. The next night, she covered the mirror with a towel. But at 3 a.m., she heard the towel hit the floor. She found it across the room. The mirror, clean. Clear. Waiting. She moved out the next day. But before she left, she took one last picture of the bathroom. Later, she zoomed in on the mirror. Behind her, a pale, eyeless face was leaning out of the glass, smiling. So if you ever feel like your reflection lingers just a second too long, or smiles when you don't look twice. And never, ever look into the mirror after 3 a.m.